You don't want a beef with Eminem. He shreds.
That's who nobody want to f with, yo. That is crazy.
When news broke on the web about Keef D's arrest in connection to Tupac's murder, it ignited a frenzy of wild speculations. Many on the internet believe that some hip-hop executives are now trembling with anxiety as online users draw eerie parallels with Eminem's lyrics in Kill Shot.
We are here today to announce the arrest of 60-year-old Duane Keith Davis, aka Keffe D, for the murder of Tupac Shakur.
The arrest of Keef D, a figure linked to the unsolved murder of the iconic rapper Tupac Shakur, sent shockwaves through the hip-hop community. You must be aware that Tupac's murder has been a mystery for years, fueling countless conspiracy theories and discussions. And now Keef D's arrest added a new layer of intrigue to this long-standing enigma.
Davis was arrested this morning by my LVMPD criminal apprehension team, and this investigation started on the night of September 7th, 1996.
On September 29, 2023, Keef D, a key figure in discussions surrounding the events leading to Tupac Shakur's tragic death, found himself in legal trouble as he was arrested. Keef D had been a frequent guest on interviews and podcasts where he openly discussed the incident that resulted in Tupac's demise. During one notable appearance on Vlad TV, tensions arose when EDI, mean of Tupac's outlaws, asked a probing question.
He was going to go drink and smoke some weed, and he happened to be hanging out the window. He's hanging out the window like he was in a parade.
Tupac?
Yeah, he was.
Keef D, who is the uncle of the alleged K of Tupac, did not shy away from sharing his perspective on various platforms. His willingness to provide insights into the fateful night in Las Vegas on September 7, 1996 has surprised many. According to him, he had been in the car alongside his nephew Orlando Anderson when the infamous shooting occurred, ultimately claiming Tupac's life.
Baby Lane and Freaky were in the backseat.
We was just all in the car together. Just saying that.
This was the white Cadillac.
Yeah.
Following further investigations, there was growing anticipation that Diddy might have been involved in hiring Keef D to orchestrate Tupac's murder. Detective Greg Karding arrived at a shocking revelation. Sean Puff Daddy Combs was alleged to have ordered a hit worth $1 million on Tupac Shakur. The suspected motive was believed to be connected to the intense rap feud between himself and Biggie Smalls. Karding asserted that the music mogul had substantial gang affiliations in Los Angeles and had reportedly engaged in the services of Duane Keith Keef D Davis, a member of the Crips, to carry out the assassination.
They've got to retaliate so they don't look like, a weak gang. And two, they owe it to him.
According to Karding, the mastermind behind Tupac's murder was Orlando Baby Lane Anderson, a member of the Crips gang. Originally, the plan was for Keef D to carry out the hit, but a last-minute change of plans led to Keef D's nephew being assigned the task of carrying out the assassination.
The Southside Crips and Orlando Anderson, Keffe D, they know that, hey, we just hit this dude in Las Vegas, and, it's on.
Moreover, according to some sources, the relationship between Diddy and Tupac was rocky. Tupac consistently asserted, until his tragic murder in 1996, that Sean Diddy Combs was connected to a 1994 attack on him and his West Coast associates outside a studio in New York City. Reporter Chuck Phillips has suggested that Combs might have more knowledge about the violence than he has publicly disclosed. He said during an interview, "Well, all right, like I said, I have talked to people that I believe were involved in the orchestration of this attack, and I had contact with the assailants themselves, and I believe that Sabatino himself told Puffy, or Sean Combs, whatever you call him." Furthermore, Eminem, widely regarded as one of the top rappers globally, has also expressed suspicions that Diddy may have had a role in Tupac's murder. This unsolved crime from the 1990s has recently resurfaced due to Eminem's diss track aimed at Machine Gun Kelly, reigniting speculation among rap music fans that Diddy might have been involved in Tupac's demise.
Oh, Kelly, they'll be putting your name next to John, next to Benzino, mother, like the last saying Haley in vain, alien.
Approximately 3 years ago, Detroit-born lyricist Eminem reignited a fresh controversy surrounding the tragic murder of Tupac Shakur. He did so by including lyrics in one of his songs accusing Diddy of being involved in the K of the hip-hop legend. Tupac, who also went by the name Lasan Parrish Crooks, was only 25 years old when he was shot 4 times after leaving a brawl on the Las Vegas Strip in 1996.
On September 7th, 1996, The 25-year-old rapper was gunned down in Las Vegas.
The identity of the perpetrator has remained a mystery, and numerous conspiracy theories have circulated, some suggesting he may have faked his death. In September 2018, Eminem released his then latest record, Kill Shot, which was widely known to be aimed at rapper Machine Gun Kelly, as part of their ongoing feud. The diss track includes the lyrics, "The day you put out a hit is the day Diddy admits he put the hit out that got Pac K." The song ends with the words, "And I'm just playing Diddy, you know I love you." However, other musicians wasted no time in criticizing the 45-year-old rapper whose real name is Marshall Mathers for his comments. In a tweet that has since been deleted but was seen by our sources, US rapper Jay Electronica expressed his thoughts. "How dare you accuse Diddy of K Tupac, while you completely look past Jimmy Iovine and those who profited from his death the most." He further added, "You best tread carefully, son, before I come tear your ivory tower down like Solomon done the Templar Knights." Rapper turned business mogul Diddy, known by his real name Sean John Combs, didn't immediately react to Eminem's comments. Notably, he was the manager of the Notorious B.I.G. when the rapper was K'd in a drive-by shooting in Los Angeles, California, just a year after Tupac's murder. Strikingly, Biggie's murder has also never been solved, leaving both cases shrouded in mystery. However, Diddy had previously addressed long-standing rumors connecting Biggie to Tupac's shooting during an interview in 2017. He said, "There has been negative propaganda put out about me that's not true and has really tried to stain my legacy. If you think that I'm a scumbag that would ever steal anything, my name is Diddy, Sean Combs. I never took nothing from nobody a day in my life." People believe that these comments emerged during a period when a British man made sensational claims that Tupac Shakur was still alive. He asserted that he had been part of a security team involved in helping Tupac escape from Las Vegas.
I've always been a person, I don't like to get in just talking people's business and things like that. But not right now.
Michael Nice told TMZ, "Why you think nobody been arrested if they said they the one that K'd Tupac? Because Tupac is not dead. If he was dead, they'd be arresting those dudes for murder. You know, he's somewhere smoking a Cuban cigar on an island. It was me, my brother, the pilot. Tupac is the co-pilot, and 2 Panther guys on the jet." He added, "We took off and immediately knew we were safe. We felt good and it was like escaping from prison. There were hugs and handshakes when we finally managed to get him to Barbados. Then my brother helped him get to Cuba from there. Gaddafi was doing some kind of hand signals. He looked kind of funky. I saw them alive way after their said deaths." But is it possible that Eminem's line was a subtle way of alluding to Diddy's alleged involvement in the Tupac murder case? Here's what we've gathered. In 2006, Biggie Smalls' mother, Valletta Wallace, filed a lawsuit against the LAPD, seeking an estimated $500 million in damages.
He was a good friend, and people need to see that part of him that nobody else knew.
This legal action was rooted in a widely known conspiracy theory suggesting that the police had concealed information regarding her son's death. Subsequently, the case was reopened and assigned to LAPD Detective Greg Karding. During his investigation, Detective Karding uncovered new information connecting Diddy to the murder of Tupac, which may have inspired Eminem's reference in his lyrics.
I make them bigger by getting into this thing where I'm like, I want to destroy him.
And Greg was also the one who linked Biggie and Tupac's death.
Gotta retaliate so they don't look like, a weak gang.
And when he claimed that Baby Lane was the one who did the deed, he also got involved in a fistfight with Pac at a Las Vegas casino hours before the shooting took place. Another bombshell was dropped that allegedly Faith Evans, who was married to Biggie Smalls at the time, was said to have knowledge of a plot involving Diddy to harm Tupac Shakur. Following Tupac's murder on the West Coast, Keefe D reportedly asserted that he reached out to both Diddy and Evans, informing them that they bore responsibility for the rapper's death.
Puffy asked him, "Man, was that us? Was it, what just happened out there?" Keefe D's like, "Yeah."
Even more surprising, Detective Karding asserts that Biggie had no involvement in the murder of Tupac, despite their widely known feud in the world of rap. He maintains that Biggie had no knowledge of any sinister intentions from Diddy to harm both Tupac Shakur and his manager, Suge Knight.
And I think that they had love for him. I think they really respected him, and he was, trying to represent,
The saga persisted. following his close brush with death in the Tupac murder case. It's purported that Suge Knight, the head of Death Row Records, sought vengeance by allegedly enlisting a member of the Bloods gang to eliminate the notorious B.I.G. The hired hitman fatally shot Biggie as he was returning home from a Vibe magazine-hosted party. What's intriguing is that the documentary also asserts that Knight had encountered Tupac's assailant and even attended the same school as the contracted hitman, Keefe D.
The man got killed and the homies was there, and Suge was the homie, and he was with Death Row.
Wardell Poochie Foose, an alleged member of the Bloods gang, is said to have carried out the murder of Biggie after purportedly receiving a payment of $13,000 from Suge Knight. As per Karding's account, Poochie was present at the same party as Biggie and reportedly fired shots at Biggie's car as they were attempting to depart. Tragically, Biggie succumbed to his injuries while en route to the hospital.
So they realize, the Southside Crips and Orlando Anderson, Keefe D, they know that, hey, we just hit this dude in Las Vegas, and it's on.
According to Karding, despite their thorough investigation, the case was eventually dropped because the LAPD managed to defeat the $500 million lawsuit filed by Biggie's mother, Valletta Wallace. In 2009, Karding was subsequently removed from the task force as a result of a separate internal affairs investigation. Even though he was ultimately cleared of any charges, there are still individuals who perceive the retired detective as a rogue cop.
At the same time, these guys are very self-assured and they believe in the strength of their gang and they're violent.
Both Orlando Baby Lane Anderson and Wardell Poochie Foose have reportedly passed away from apparent unrelated causes. Therefore, even if the assertions made in the documentary were accurate, the individuals who were allegedly directly responsible for the murders of Tupac and Biggie are no longer alive to face consequences. However, there are some who speculate that Diddy may have been involved in their demise as well.
Diddy hears about the shooting, finds out that there's, Tupac's been shot and is in the hospital in Las Vegas.
Fans of hip-hop and those intrigued by the ongoing feud have eagerly awaited Diddy's response to Eminem's claim that the media mogul had a role in Tupac's death. According to Joe Budden, Diddy has finally addressed this allegation. On a 2020 episode of his podcast, Budden shared Diddy's response to the lyrics, claiming the mogul told him that it's, quote, handled. Nothing to speculate about, nothing to talk about. Puff said it's in his hands and he said I can say it, Budden said. He said there's nothing to say about it, it's in my hands. He wiled. Budden added that after the brief conversation, he quickly changed the subject. However, Diddy had maintained silence on the topic of Tupac's tragic death until today. In 2020, when questioned by Charlemagne, the host of The Breakfast Club, about the report suggesting his involvement in a hit on Tupac, Diddy responded, "We don't talk about things that are nonsense. We are not even going to go there with all due respect. But I appreciate you as a journalist for asking." Diddy emphasizes that he has undergone significant personal growth throughout his career and has made a deliberate effort to maintain his composure as he's matured within the industry. However, the story doesn't end there. In a shocking revelation, Mike Tyson appears to assert that he possesses substantial evidence linking music mogul Sean Diddy Combs to Tupac's untimely demise. This revelation has rekindled the long-standing debate and speculation surrounding the tragic and mysterious loss of Tupac.
That was part of my world just happens. But just because it was Tupac and I was attached to it, it was different.
Amidst the era dominated by legends like Tupac Shakur, whose lyrical genius mesmerized the industry, we now fast forward to the present day, where we are confronted with astonishing revelations. In a candid interview with DJ Vlad, Mike Tyson made a sincere confession acknowledging that he carries a share of responsibility for the tragic loss of the iconic rapper.
I feel a little guilty about him coming to fight me, pressuring him for, hey, bring the tape, don't forget the tape,
This unexpected revelation has left the world in a state of shock and rekindled intense interest in the enigmas shrouding Tupac's untimely passing.
Then his mother wrote me from prison and explained that Tupac was at the Indiana Black Expo, wanted to meet me, and that's the first day I met him.
This admission not only brings fresh perspective to the events surrounding Tupac's demise, but also reveals the complexities of the intertwined lives of these two influential figures. The friendship between a boxer and an activist may have appeared unconventional, yet it was undeniably authentic. The origins of this connection trace back to a time when Iron Mike was already a renowned star, while Tupac was still striving to establish his name in the industry. Their paths converged in a nightclub, where the aspiring rapper left a lasting impression on the baddest man on the planet with his remarkable musical talent.
Really good friends, I didn't hang out with him much. He didn't hang out, but we were always welcome when we saw each other. He was always welcome to be with me.
It's a heavy burden that he carries, yearning for the ability to rewind time and change the course of history. The recollections of their friendship and the deep connection they once shared serve as an enduring reminder of the possibilities that were lost and the profound impact Tupac's absence has had on Mike's life.
I expect somebody to die after a fight or somebody get hurt, something crazy happened. But what happened to him, it was different.
On September 13th, 1996, the world lost the iconic musician after a brave battle for his life. His untimely death left a void in the hearts of countless fans, and the mystery surrounding his murder remains unresolved, adding to the enduring pain of his loss. One of his fans wrote, "Tupac talked about woke subjects in interviews and his music, and it makes me feel that these cases aren't solved due to bribing the authorities with money or threats to avoid incarceration, and make it into a cold case just like other similar situations with other celebrities' deaths that they were labeled as suicide, to do damage control and keep them silent from the information they have on others that can destroy their empire." Another one wrote, "Crazy how so many murders get solved relatively quick or even after a decade, but it seems that Tupac and Biggie will never truly be solved for lack of caring by local government. It's sad, but I do believe Tupac is alive and Biggie is dead." During several interviews, Tyson has pointed figures toward Diddy many times. Patrick Bet David, the host of a podcast Valuetainment, asked about the intricacies of the death behind Tupac Shakur. "No, I just knew him for a long time," said Mike Tyson after being questioned on his closeness with P. Diddy. "Awesome guy. I knew him before he was Diddy, when I first became champ. He used to have my crates at my after parties and stuff," said Tyson. Mike Tyson reflected on his childhood memories, recalling how he found it astonishing to think about leaving negative influences behind and never encountering them again at his lowest points. He said, "I remember when I was 11, 12 years old. It baffles me to think you just got away from these people. You'll never see them again at the worst of your level. You're not the only one God had his hands on. These guys were made successful too. You're almost like proud in a way." Moreover, the public's anger and frustration regarding Tupac's demise is tangible, and there is little doubt that they would respond vehemently if they were to confront the culprit individually and given the chance. Furthermore, Mike Tyson has publicly issued a stern warning to the individual responsible for Tupac's death, leaving no ambiguity that he won't hesitate to hold them accountable should he ever cross paths with them. He wrote in a since-deleted Facebook post, "I wish I had 5 seconds alone with Tupac's K." Numerous reports and witness accounts have indeed suggested potential connections between Diddy and the murder of Tupac, fueling speculation and doubt. For some individuals, Eminem's allegations may not seem unfounded given the ongoing debate and investigation into the circumstances surrounding Tupac's tragic death.